Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Realms of the Haunting. And when last we left off, we managed to get the Key of Tears from Raziel, from the realm of Raquia. And now we are out of Raquia, after having to fight our way out, whereas previously on our way in it had been pretty peaceful with the exception of one enemy that we'd encountered, and of course the various puzzles within the tower itself. We've been pretty badly wounded, mainly by some of the enemies that we encountered on the way out, so let's drink a few of the lesser potions and move on. We need to get back to Heled, so that we can use the Key of Tears to release Hawke. Let's go! It's quite a journey, but we pretty much killed all the enemies on the way, so we should be alright. We hope, anyway.
It has fallen, my lord. The chamber is theirs. It was Thomas. The traitor was Thomas.
Fair enough. A few little snippets you can get from the voices in the Ire as you're travelling along. Basically hints as to what's happened. Also, there is a really cool effect that I haven't actually mentioned up until now because there's not been a good angle to see it. That is one of the shimmering walkways that connects different parts of the tower. Notice that it basically disappears. That is quite a cool effect, basically to show that that walkway is not really a part of the tower itself. I like that effect. It's not used enough in things to show otherworldliness. Even though if you just look at the skybox here, there is a lot of otherworldliness there. We need to basically get out of here. There's not really much we need to do in this area, per se. In fact, basically the route from Raquia to Heled is pretty much never going to be a problem anymore. It's going to be pretty eventless. Also, we don't want to end up going that way. That way's a dead end. You can in fact end up going that way. So let's go. Right, we want to not head down into there, because I think that's the route to a completely different part of the tower, and one of the different realms. We don't want to go to them yet. We want to go back to Heled. We'll be going to all the realms in time, just not yet. Soon, but not yet. Also, we'll want to talk about the various things we may have discovered while we were in Raquia when we get back. Not that there's really much peril in going through conversation options with Rebecca while we're here. It's just, why not? We'll do that when we get back. Right, we want to go this...
The seals are fast. Where is the power you promised? Answer me, Abaddon.
I think we've heard that one before. There's only a finite number of phrases, and that one is also very clear as opposed to the other ones. Here we go. Here's the one for Heled. Let's go. And we are back. Back in the house.
Come closer. Walk onto the gate.
I don't think so. I think we're going to leave. We're also going to see if there are any conversation topics that we want to talk about while we're here. We could talk a bit about Raziel, maybe? There's a lot of conversation about Raziel.
You think we'll come across Raziel again?
Who knows? He's one of those mysterious figures. He could pop up at any time. Coincidence has a long arm, you know.
Maybe? I don't remember if Raziel actually resurfaces.
When we located the Key of Tears, didn't Raziel say that Hawke could never again be in turn by his power?
Correct. If things get out of hand, maybe we could find a way to capture Gaul in the same manner.
Let's not get too ambitious, Rebecca.
That is interesting, that phrase there. We could talk about Raquia a little. Where is the symbol for Raquia? There it is. Nothing really to mention about Raquia. We could talk about the Key of Tears some, although I think we've pretty much already talked about the Key of Tears all we can. Now, if memory serves, there were two enemies that, there's one. The only downside is there's another enemy, and it's this enemy. And unless I want to basically attack this enemy for the next half an hour, we actually want to just leave this enemy alone. And get out of here. Here we go. No need to fight that enemy whatsoever. Ah, there is this enemy, though. This enemy is now here. There are a fair few enemies here that previously weren't. We're going to have to fight our way out of here. And that's not really good. Also, these enemies are quite nasty if you let them get close. In fact, there are basically a lot more enemies on the way back to the room with the sarcophagus. So we're going to have to be armed pretty well. Carefully does it. We need to follow the trail of rats here. Even more than we did before. So I'm pretty sure this place has enemies now. There's one. There's one. Let's wait for the enemy to come round the corner. If the enemy will come round the corner. Nope, the enemy seems more concerned with going that way. Let's get rid of the enemy now, shall we? That did not get rid of the enemy. This probably will. Oh, there are two of them. Not so good. Fortunately, we should be able to back up here and use this gun. There we go. They're not that tough. One shot with this should probably get rid of this one. There we go. Now, carefully does it. Carefully does it. And we need to go right here. There's another one. Does this doorway count as a doorway that the enemy can't go through? I don't know. I don't know. Let's be careful though, just in case the enemy can go through this. The enemy may not want to go through this, by the way, the enemy's pathing. And there we go. So a fully charged use of the dagger and 2 flintlock shots will kill that enemy. We don't want to go that way. Well, actually, we do want to go that way. This is the way out. Right. Now we need to be very careful. We also need to consult the map as well. Alright. Where are we? We are here.
Old suit of armor. All the pieces are wired together.
To stop it collapsing, I expect.
I was wondering if that was something else just in the corner of the light, but no. No, it's just the... let's find the map of the house. Further down? No, that's not the map of the house. This is the map.
But of where?
Looks old and faded.
Right, we are here, I believe. Yes, so we need to head... The fastest route is actually to go right here and round. That seems like the fastest route. So we go this way. This way will get us there fastest. Gotta be careful, though. Be very careful. Who knows what enemies are here now? Could be loads. Alternatively, there could be none. Maybe the game didn't expect me to go this way round. Or maybe there just are no enemies at this point. Could be. This brings us back out here. Which is good, because that pretty much means we're... Okay, I thought that candelabra there was an enemy. I thought that candelabra was an enemy. But it wasn't. That's a relief. Right, let's go. Back into here. Back down here. Careful. There we go. Oh, down we want to go, not up. And back through here. I have the dagger ready, just in case we get hit by any encounters with enemies. Although I get the feeling there might be no enemies this time round. Also, I still don't want to fall down there. Seems like a terrible idea. A really bad idea. Also, the real estate estimation of this place is just going up and up as we speak. So you've got a catacomb, and you've got this area, and you've got the portals to other realms. You've got everything. Everything you did and did not want. Pretty sure most of this you don't want. I'm pretty sure all of this you don't want. I mean, how expensive is it going to be to get an electrician to wire up this place electronically so that you can have television down here? It'd be terrible. Right. Pretty sure we don't use the Key of Tears here. Pretty sure we actually use the Key of Tears here.
The well-named Key of Tears.
Let's hope Hawke's all he says he is.
free to restore the balance.
I assume you're Hawke.
I am Hawke. What will it be?
I thought you might have the answers.
They are closer to you than most.
Perhaps you can give us some?
Ask that I may answer.
There are a lot of things we can ask about here. Let's start asking about people. Oh, there's a lot of things that we can talk about here. Here is a plot dump. Let's ask about everyone, starting with Adam's father.
The spirit of my father is held here somewhere. How can I free his soul from torment?
The answer to that question is simple. The balance, the power of the Soul Stone, must be redressed. The solution is, however, a difficult task. The fate of your father and that of mankind is a shared one.
Alright. What else? We'll discuss Alf.
Hawke, who is Alf? He's offered us much help since we've arrived.
Alf is only one of his names. He is a product of the Soul Stone, the force controlling the universe. Metaphorically speaking, if the Soul Stone is the lock, then Alf's sword is the key. It's part of the shroud. Events and certain prophecies have been falsified. That is why Alf is here, to put the fate of mankind's future back on course.
What about the Falshire Knights? He said he was the last of their order.
Indeed he is. The very last and the most noble line of avatars to swear their soul to the light on the day of creation, and defend the Soul Stone from the very evil we face. The Order finally fell to an army of darkness led by a young mortal called Florentine, and the Demon of Lies.
Demon of lies?
Belial.
Well, that confirms that Belial is in fact a demon. Let's talk about Florentine.
So what about Florentine?
Florentine lost his soul long ago. In return for his assistance with the destruction of the seven seals that guard the Soul Stone. He did it to deliver the world into the hands of Satan. He has robbed, murdered, and tortured for most of the last millennium. He is immortal for as long as Belial lives within this world.
So that son of a bitch and Belial are working together.
Not any longer. They may have the same goal, but they are now enemies, vying for the attentions of their dark master. Both hope to be Satan's guide if he ever returns in the new host.
New host?
The host of all evil. Gaul.
Ah! Well, let's discuss Belial right now.
Belial? Who is he, Hawke?
Belial is one of the great lords of hell. In many earthly texts, he has even been confused with the power of Satan. His name literally means liar. He is Florentine's shade. He's doppelganger, if you like, conceived from the Soul Stone and born from the evil within Florentine's soul.
Florentine. What about his part in all of this?
His role is to see that the power of Satan is manifested physically into the new host. My antithesis.
Gaul?
Indeed, Gaul.
Also, notice the slight difference in sound quality there with the lines. There was a background sound when Adam was speaking, but not when Hawke was there. Let's discuss Gaul, shall we?
What can you tell us about Gaul?
Gaul and I are products of the Soul Stone. As his body is prepared as host for the force of darkness, so is mine for the power of light.
We've seen Gaul. He took a small green crystal from an altar stone.
Like this.
Yes, exactly.
It's a shard of the Soul Stone, one of many broken and lost throughout time and reality. The only substance that grants entry from the tower into the realm of Sheol, the infernal place that guards the area where the Soul Stone lies.
If we are to redress the balance, we should find one.
2. One each for traveling to the realm of Sheol.
Oh, we need 2, do we? Well, we have one. We should probably go get another then, shouldn't we? Let's talk about Raphael.
Within the tower, we've met a man who calls himself Raphael.
Place in him the same trust you place in Alf, for it can be said that they are of the same blood.
I notice some resemblance. Are you saying that they're related?
Related, no. Of the same blood, yes.
Fair enough. There's only one more person to ask about now, and that's you, Hawke.
Who are you, Hawke? What are you?
A product of the Soul Stone. A vessel born of time to become a host for the power of light. The complete antithesis of Gaul.
So you and Gaul are enemies, right?
We are of the same substance, but conceived to be enemies.
Okay, what about places? The Temple of the Morning Star, the Realm of Sheol. The Morning Star is actually a good idea.
We have our own ideas, but for the record, what part does the Temple of the Morning Star play in all of this?
The temple is a thing of man, born of Florentine. Its purpose is to see the power of light thrown down, the force of evil walk the earth.
Okay, fair enough. The Realm of Sheol?
We've heard of Sheol. Sounds like a dangerous place.
Some call it hell, or Gehenna, the 7 terrible layers of fire and darkness. Sheol is only the topmost layer of hell, the lowest being the pit. It is within the place you call Sheol that the Soul Stone lies.
Okay, what about Aqua?
Hawke, what do you know of Aqua?
Aqua, the realm of divinity, and therein lies the Garden of Paradise. Many other wonders to be found there, the greatest of all being the Tree of Understanding.
Tree of...
Your ancestral mother and father ate of it, and unto them was given the power to see both good and evil, the power of choice.
Oh, what about the tower?
Raphael told us of the tower. Can you tell us anything more substantial?
It is his place. I cannot tell you more than he.
Well, that's fair enough. There are only 3 things we can talk about. The seal fragments, the shrive, and the soul stone.
Hawke, what are these? They were given to me by Florentine. He was disguised as a priest. There's something in them, some sort of power, I think.
Adam, these are the broken seals of the Soul Stone. You have within your hands 6 of the 7 seals that bind the universe together. When the last is broken, the world will be plunged into darkness. If this happens, Gaul will become host to the power of all darkness, and mankind will be doomed.
Well, that's an odd thing to be carrying around in a box then, isn't it? Let's talk about the soul stone before we talk about the shrive.
Can you tell us more about the Soul Stone?
The Soul Stone is the neutrality of the universe. The channel from man's thoughts from which all that is good and evil is filtered. Sometimes thoughts can be so vile and evil that a minion is created as the embodiment of that mind.
Fair enough. What about the shrive?
The Shrive. Seems to be a pivotal point to everything.
It is part of the sword eternal that was taken from the Soul Stone by Florentine. Tell me, Adam, have you some sort of mark upon you? Some device similar to the shrive?
You mean these damn things?
I do. You are the one.
The one what?
The one to take up the sword eternal.
I thought you'd say something like that.
We are looking for a sword eternal. And I think it is time, now that we have talked about everything here, to go. I think there is nothing more to be said.
Friends, my time here is at an end. But before I depart, know this. Adam, you have been marked as the shrive bearer. Only you can wield eternity now. None other. You must locate the sword. Come to me, Rebecca. You have what is mine now.
Where does eternity lie? I mean, it could be anywhere.
If it was taken from the Soul Stone by Florentine, then it would soon become lost to him. Find it then where its master dwells. Find the place where Michael rules, and there it shall be. Find it, and take it to the Soul Stone. Fare thee well.
Well, now we know where we've got to go to. Aqua, realm of the divine.
What was all that about?
Hawke imparted my mind with some information that he thought might be useful to us.
That's all.
That's all.
Well, we still got a problem. We have to find a talisman or a device of some sort to get us to Aqua. Like Alstagger got us to Raquid.
Well, we'd better check the stuff we found on the way if there's nothing there. Let's just hope we're lucky.
And so, this is Broken.
Cracked and blasted, like Hawke's prison.
Indeed. And when we come back, folks, we're going to be, going somewhere else entirely. We need to find a key to get us to Aqua, the realm of the divine, where we can go and find eternity. The sword that Adam is fated, it would seem, to wield. So, when we come back, folks, we'll go search for that sword. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then.